We opened our show tonight with Hooray for Hollywood, a song which has become the national anthem of Hollywood. It was first introduced in the Warner Brothers film Hollywood Hotel, and it was written by Johnny Mercer, who wrote the lyrics, and Richard Whiting, who composed the music. And on tonight's show, we will be celebrating both the lyrics and music of one of America's greatest songsmiths, Johnny Mercer, on the occasion of Johnny Mercer's Centennial, because Johnny Mercer was born exactly 100 years ago on the 18th of November, 1909, in Savannah, Georgia. So we'll be doing a lot of Johnny Mercer songs on the show tonight. Thank you very much, Sandy Renda, and thank you, Mike Yanuzzi, for helping me celebrate the music and the lyrics of the great Johnny Mercer. And I know you've got a Mercer number coming up. Before we do that, though, I just want to say how versatile Johnny Mercer was. He wrote most of his songs for Hollywood movies back in the 30s, the 40s, and into the 1950s and 60s. And he had more collaborators. He collaborated with more great composers than anybody else in the music business. Some of them included Harry Warren, Richard Whiting, Jerome Kern, Hoagy Carmichael, and also Henry Mancini. Isn't that just amazing? And I also want to mention that the CD that we all recorded not too long ago, Steve Ames' Favorites of the 30s, of the 16 songs on that album, 3 of them are Johnny Mercer songs. You Must Have Been a Beautiful Baby, with music by Harry Warren, Goody Goody, with music by Matty Melnick, and Too Marvelous for Words by Richard Whiting. And not only did Johnny Mercer write all these great songs for Hollywood movies, but he was also one of the founders of Capitol Records. And he was a very, very good singer in his own right, and had his own radio show and did a lot of recordings. And also wrote music for Broadway. So, Mike, we'd like to talk about that right now. Some of the shows. He did Top Banana with Phil Silvers, and then he did a show that you did not too long ago.
Well, it was longer than I'd like to think, but yes, he did. He wrote Lil Abner. And, you know, from the Al Cap comic that was popular way, way back when. It doesn't get produced too much anymore, although it is very big in high school. Sometimes you'll see it.
That's right. Gene DePaul wrote the music for that show. And what were some of the big hits from Little Abner?
Oh, Jubilation Tea Cornpone, and If I Had My Druthers. I can't off the top of my.
Well, you did that show about 20 years ago, right? As the musical director.
Director, yeah. It's a fun show. It's a lot of fun.
I hope that they will revive it.
Yeah,
yes,
it's great music.
It certainly is. And one of the last collaborators Johnny Mercer worked with was Henry Mancini. And Sandy, you and Mike have a great song from that period. Would you like to introduce it?
Beautiful song, yeah. The Days of Wine and Roses.
From the movie of the same name.
The same name.
There you go.
I would like to just a little aside.
Yes.
Mike was saying he was the choral director of. I was Little Abner one year for Halloween.
Oh, you were dressed up as Little Abner for Halloween. Very good. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, with that, here are Sandy and Mike and the beautiful Johnny Mercer, Henry Mancini song, Days of Wine and Roses. Johnny Mercer had a long friendship and musical association with Bing Crosby going back to the 1930s. One of Johnny's first song hits, "I'm an Old Cowhand," was written for Bing's movie Rhythm on the Range. But of all the songs that Johnny Mercer wrote for Bing Crosby, this next one has to be my favorite. It's such an optimistic, happy tune with a wonderful philosophy. And Bing introduced it in the Paramount film Here Come the Waves. And here it is, with lyrics by Johnny Mercer and music by Harold Arlen. You gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, don't mess with Mr. In-Between. You gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum, have faith or pandemonium is liable to walk upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do just when everything looked so dark? Man, they said we gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In-Between. Illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do just when everything looked so dark? Man, they said you gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In-Between. Oh no, don't mess with Mr. In-Between. Yeah! Dream when you're feeling blue. Dream, that's the thing to do. Just watch the smoke rings rise in the air. You'll find your share of memories there. So dream when the day is through. Dream and they might come true. Things never are as bad as they seem. So dream, dream, dream.